I know. It's not that I didn't like what you had to say. I was surprised at what you had to say. It was actually a very, very good discussion. That could have went on a whole separate episode. It was actually really good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed.
that should have been in its own entire episode.
Yeah, we can do an extension. That's fine.
Revisit it again.
Yeah, we can revisit next week.
Tyler, you look like you're.
I am so freaking tired.
All right, I'm gonna grab something to drink.
I usually have that effect
What?
on
We're not
people.
recording anymore.
You alcoholic.
Really?
I've been drinking sodas the whole episode.
Why do you have to go get something to drink? We need like 6 more minutes, yo.
Okay, fine.
Then
I
what
was
is
gonna
your
grab another
problem?
soda. You can't call me an alcoholic when you're the one drinking the beer. You.
This week on Positively Godless.
What do
We
you
do our
got?
usual thing. We rant. We debate. You might
No.
not like what I have to say tonight.
We tackle the good, the bad, and then it gets ugly up in here.
Not really ugly, but yeah, you're not going to like what I have to say.
I'm on the episode, so yeah, it's ugly.
Crazy over under feeling crazy. It was no wonder you're just making me crazy.
Okay.
That's my idea. You can.
I think that's good.
Cool.
Tyler?
Word.
Word. Hey, everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Positively Godless!
We didn't even do like an intro to do this. Now we just gave it away. We gotta actually start. Can I pee quick? I'm gonna pee quick.
No, stop.
What?
No.
Why?
That
No.
was like the best intro to the show ever.
We can't have.
We can't just jump out of a production meeting and like have Jerry go, "Hey, everybody, welcome to this week episode of Positively
So what, we're
Godless!"
supposed to sit here and pull our puds waiting for you to be ready to go to the
That's
app?
when it's good.
Oh, now I
Oh,
gotta
I'm sorry.
bleep already.
Oh, we're live. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
Man.
Oh, I'm Jerry. And Scott and Tyler. You would think, okay, so we finally got through a whole production meeting. Then I start the show, and Scott has a conniption.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, we can't hear him again.
No, don't do that.
Scott, where'd
All right, everybody, this is time for our first segment. Everybody, Scott has to pee. All right, so now Scott's off to pee. We're back. By the way, hi Gavin. How you doing?
You're gonna cut that just you're evil.
How you doing tonight, Jerry?
I'm doing good. Look, I got a Superman mason jar.
Ooh la la.
Five Below. I
So
bought.
sexy.
Guess it's in there.
Well, it looks like water. But what else would be clear that you might put into a mason jar?
Well, I'm too much of a sissy to drink moonshine.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
not
I was
moonshine.
gonna
It's
say
water.
moonshine.
It's water.
Fantastic. So have you had a chance to try the Black Whopper at all? You talked about it last week.
I did. I
You
actually
brought
had.
it up.
Today is Thursday, everybody. So you know today is Thursday. You'll
Yeah.
see this on Sunday. Happy Sunday, by the way. I had the Black Whopper, the Halloween Whopper from Burger King. And first of all, let me just say hi, Gavin. You're on mute.
Hi, Gavin. I already said hi to you, actually. But of course you wouldn't. Oh, we can't hear you. I think you're on mute. No? Try talking again. Uh-oh.
Nope.
Still can't hear you. Nope.
Nope.
Can you hear us?
Of course he can hear us.
Oh, that's weird.
Surprise he. That's really weird. Unplug it, plug it back in.
Oh, there's the beeping.
All good?
No, now, well, I can hear you, but now it's going through the...
There.
Yeah, there we go.
How you doing?
You see
Good.
how much smarter you are than your dad? He had to disconnect completely both times and reconnect in order to fix it. Because he doesn't.
Dun,
What he's
dun, dun.
Anyway.
Gavin, have you had the Black Whopper yet? The Halloween Whopper from Burger King?
Mm-mm.
No? Do you have seen it, though?
Huh?
Have you seen it, though? Like, the commercials for it? The Halloween Whopper with the Whopper with the black bun?
No.
Okay.
It
So,
looks scary.
Yeah. It looks a little scary.
Not
it is
not
a
like, boo, scary. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
gross scary.
It is a Whopper with a black bun. And the Whopper is
Like
one of
the-
my...
Milk balls?
No, from Burger King, the sandwich. It's a
Oh.
big, the big cheeseburger. It's one of my favorite sandwiches ever. Like, I can eat Whoppers all day long. Okay? So everybody at work was like, oh, somebody has to try the Black Whopper. And, like, I say to my 9-year-old niece all the time, how do you know you don't like it if you don't try it? Right? So I had the Black Whopper yesterday for lunch.
Mhm.
And while it wasn't totally disgusting, it's not something that I'd run out and go seek out again. The bun was a little crumbly and flaky and dry, and
Ew.
it tasted like very mesquite, like smoked woods mesquite type flavor, even though it was only supposed to be A1. But Gavin, there's something that they say about what happens when you eat a Black Whopper. Okay, you
What?
ready for this?
Mhm.
They say that your poop turns green when you eat the Black Whopper.
That's wonderful.
And I can tell you that it is absolutely 100% positively true.
That's
Or poop
wonderful.
does turn green
That's wonderful.
after having the Halloween Whopper from Burger King.
Aren't you so glad you jumped into the conversation?
Yes.
So if anybody at school or any of your friends say, whatever, and the question comes up, you could say, "Yep, I know somebody who ate it." And Gavin, do you know like the color green that they use like St. Patrick's Day, like how bright, and
Please,
like
just
I have a picture if you want to see it.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, that was the point where you got me. That's enough.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
oh,
Uh-huh.
Ew.
Uh-huh.
just ew.
You know what you should do? You should buy one and give it to one of your friends or somebody that you don't particularly like at school.
Teachers?
What?
Teachers?
Sure, why not?
Teachers.
Yeah, sure, why not? And then when they have the next day.
Oh.
So what have you been up to, kiddo?
I've been recording a lot on my channel, GavCraftMC, on YouTube.com.
Ooh, plug.
Shameless plug.
A nice
With-
little
with
shameless
With a space between the GavCraft and MC.
plug.
We'll link it in this week's episode. How about that?
Perfect.
What are you recording? Tell us what you're doing.
I'm
on
doing gaming videos, and I would be doing Minecraft a lot if my Minecraft was working.
Oh.
I've been doing Sonic videos mostly.
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 Knuckles.
From like the original Sega Genesis?
Yeah, I got it on the computer.
Ah. Okay, so I am subscriber number 14.
Whoa, whoa.
Yay!
Woo! Water challenge, 10 subs.
Yep, got 10 subs.
I don't have any idea what that means.
Subscribers.
Oh, all right. I don't know.
It's a new language. We are too old, so we shouldn't even try to understand.
I am not hip to that jive.
So what did you do when you did something for when you get 10 subscribers?
Yeah, I didn't have any ice, but I tried to do the ice
The
bucket
ice bucket
challenge
challenge.
as close as I could, and I
Looks like you did it already.
did. So
I'm gonna have fun watching your videos.
and I also read some comments. That was pretty fun.
Nice.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm stealing a bit of Dad's pop.
All right.
There we go.
You called it pop.
How am I supposed to find this? I don't know.
Just do Gavcraft and then space MC because otherwise it won't show up.
Okay.
Or how about we do this?
Aha, I found it.
Yeah.
Found it. All right.
Wait, that didn't turn into a link. Why didn't it turn into a link?
I don't know.
But Tyler will magically link it into this week's episode.
Yeah, down below, I guess.
Magic link.
Look at him with the down below. Click
Oh,
the
yeah.
subscribe link down below.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
We can annotate too.
I don't know how to do that.
It's okay. I think we could annotate later. I'm gonna
We'll be
go
all
back
right.
and annotate all the videos. Wouldn't that be funny?
Good luck with that.
If
30
every time-
backed episodes to go back to.
No, but it would be funny if I linked like some stupid weird website to like every time Scott got bleeped on the episode.
Yeah.
Scott gets bleeped, and then there's an annotation that comes up right on his face, and it takes you to some weird website.
Either that or it takes you to George Carlin's 7 Things You Can't Say on TV.
Is he there, Gavin?
Right there.
Yeah.
I like-
Okay.
Yeah.
There.
All right.
Gavin, have you ever seen George Carlin's 7 Words You Can't Say on TV? You should go Google it, and you should watch it. This is me as an adult telling a child good things to go check out.
Yeah. 'Cause
Really
George
age
Carlin
appropriate.
is very appropriate.
Really, especially that skit is really age appropriate. Don't worry about it.
Skit? My
Well,
skit?
No, George Carlin.
I don't know,
is a
whatever-
stand-up comedian, or was a stand-up comedian. He's dead now.
yeah.
But he was.
You say it
probably
like it's
the
a good
best.
thing.
No, it's not a good thing.
No,
Good.
It's a very,
the
very
best
bad thing.
Stand-up comedians ever.
Whatever you like, whatever a segment, because you know how a comedy act, there's usually, different portions of the show where they talk about a particular topic. So, you should definitely go check out that segment.
7
I
words
guess.
you can't say on television.
Yep,
Some of them you actually can say now.
that is true. Yeah, he had to kind of change it and tweak it over the years as things change. So,
All right. So now that we've corrupted Scott's son,
yeah.
I guess we should put him back on so that we can do the
Oh,
episode.
he just went upstairs.
What an idiot.
Of course he did. Hi.
So, anything else that you want to talk about?
Um, I kind of want to revisit the topic I was when I was on the last time.
About should teachers talk about religion in school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um, in social class, my teacher kept saying about unalienable rights, the rights given to you by God, and sometimes he just like throws it in just because, like at birth by God, and it's yeah, not cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
No, that's not cool because those rights are given to you by the government, the federal government of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what about all of those inalienable rights that for so many years were denied to, say, black people in this country? How about that? Or, I mean, taking
Women.
a step, yeah, women. Like, you know, you had to be a white male property owner in order to vote in the early years of this country. You know, people had to fight for those inalienable rights, and you get into the whole, the all men are created equal type of a thing when really that just meant a certain subset of people. So,
Doesn't
yeah.
really make sense.
So has it been anything that, I mean, is it something that has been brought up outside the class? Like, have you talked to anybody else at the school regarding it, or like
No, I
taking any
haven't.
action to stop it or anything?
No.
Huh. Does it seem like does it seem like there's anybody else that is either put off or offended by it, or
I'm in a very Christian school. Like, not a religious school, but like a very religious school. Like, everybody.
Because you go to a public school, but the population is very religious and believes in God.
Mm-hmm.
You should ask them if
Yeah.
they believe the Earth is flat.
Yeah, that's something that we talked about last week. That these truthers online that believe that the Earth is flat and that the moon landing was faked, and was recorded underwater, and yeah, just a lot of very weird things. But yeah, without giving any specifics away, just for backstory, Gavin, you live up north Minnesota in a very, well, comparatively rural area.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a major metropolitan area, and
Not
so
at all.
that portion of the state is very, very conservative and religious, and so yeah, that's not. I would not say that that's unexpected, but I still don't think that makes it right.
And last year was my social, last year was my social class too. So I have something against social, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Same teacher or different teacher?
Different.
even better. And that was sarcasm, by the way. It's not better. That's. But on the plus side, I heard that you're moving back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at least the silver lining here is pretty soon you'll be able to walk out of that place with the middle finger up in the air and
Maybe just
like,
only in your head, though.
Yes.
Maybe. Just
Unless you get permission from your dad to do it. I'm not giving you permission to give anybody the middle finger.
I'll give you permission to give your dad the middle finger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somehow I don't see Gavin giving people the middle finger. Have you done it? Have you ever done
No.
it? Yeah. You probably
All
wouldn't.
right. Well,
It's
you can practice on
25.
your dad.
Holy ah!
What the heck? Did you just fall off the chair?
What's up, female dogs?
What's up, female dogs?
Yeah, instead of
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning into this week's episode. We will
Oh, you
see.
gotta be kidding me. Come here. Say goodbye.
Bye.
bye.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. So it literally took Scott that long to pee, and we're now back to our regularly scheduled program.
No, you would use him in that episode. Damn it. That was my surprise for you bitches.
He is gonna be.
Okay.
We had some good conversation.
Of course you did. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about that, but you guys don't tell me about things that you do. So.
I also I
Which
recommended for him to right now to go and Google George Carlin's 7 words that you never say on TV.
Don't.
So he better be watching that right now because I told him to go do it.
Oh, great! Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
And we gave him permission to give you the finger.
That's true. That's true because the original idea was for him to give the finger to the people at his school on the last day out before they move back down here.
Yeah, I know.
And
That's exciting for me.
right, and so Jerry, voted against that idea. So then we both agreed that it would be good for him to practice on you, giving you the middle finger. So,
He's already done that.
anywho,
And then asking permission from you to do it to the people at school.
right. All right,
And
so this
we
is
also talked
already
about my experience with the Black Whopper.
yes.
Oh,
we did.
yeah. That perfect, actually, conversation to have with the 12-year-old. So that's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have actually very, very appropriate conversations with a 12-year-old.
It was very appropriate. Just wait until you watch it 12 times on Sunday,
Sure.
and
I will.
then you can see his reactions. which
Well,
were great.
it was great because today at work, somebody called the new girl. We have a new girl at work, and she said something about me being. We had a study start today, and it was only for women. And she's like, "Well, how come you can't do it?" I said, "Well, it's only for women." She said, "Oh yeah, that's right. You're a man." I said, "Oh, don't ever accuse me of being a man. I am such a child. It's not even funny." So, yeah. So, the story of the Black Whopper and green poop was appropriate for 12-year-old conversation.
I hope you don't mind that I brought him on as a surprise.
Why the heck would we mind?
I know. You'd rather have him on.
Prefer it. Yep, exactly.
Okay. So, now that we've got the first segment, Scott has to pee, out of the way.
And it's already been a half hour.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, he wanted to be on the show. He's like, "Can I please be on the show? I want to talk about something." So I'm glad he got a chance to talk about it. So.
Okay, Scott, you have now 30 seconds to give the update about our debate.
Our debate. It's not actually our debate. It's a debate that we're hosting on Google Hangouts. And here's the situation, people. And this will be live. And once the video is live, it will be taken down and put together as a regular episode on a Sunday, which we regularly air. Yep.
Continue.
30 seconds is up.
Yep.
So that's what's going to happen.
All right, so recap from last week.
October 29th, JD Kane, Matt Slick. The three of us actually have great things planned for this discussion of what's going to make it hopefully different than any other type of debate or discussion as well. So October 29th is the date. If you want to watch it live, you got to go ahead and we will put it on our Positively Godless Google Plus channel. So what that means is, if If you want updates, go to facebook.com/positivelygodless, youtube.com/positivelygodless, or pgodless at Twitter. Or if you want to email us the questions of what I just said prior to that, it's positivelygodless@gmail.com.
You did it.
I did it. Hi, Gavin.
Barely.
Oh, never mind. It always follows, so you know. So yeah, that's kind of the update. So yeah, so this is going to happen. It's probably not as big as people think it is, but it's big for us because we've never done this before. By the way, I was in a hang up with G-Man,
Ooh.
and K-Tap was there. She's like, "Oh my gosh, hey Scott!" So he sends his little shout out. So
Nice.
a little shout out from K-Tap to us.
I am surprised that you would be involved in that.
I am too, but I just decided like, okay, let's just mend fences and see how things go.
And
They went fine. He understood. I mean, I told him, I said, look, we both said some things that were way out of line, and he's like, yeah, you're right. So we
good
both.
convo. Good.
It was. I'm not going to bore people with that. If you want to join, that's whatever.
All right.
So, comments. Let's get to comments from last
That
week.
was the longest 30 seconds I've ever had in my entire life.
That's what she said.
Scott, I keep telling you not to publish that stuff on the internet about yourself.
Well, it was fun though. And the cricket's here.
We had 98 views on last week's episode so far. I like that. I kind of like that. We do have 250 subscribers. If you take me away and the three of us, we have 247. So
Good math, Jerry.
I don't understand why we have like 200 some subscribers and 200 some people aren't watching our episodes.
It doesn't matter. We've always said
Homo don't play that. Homo don't play that.
Homo don't play that. Here's your first Homo don't play that. Just watch it. If you're subscribed, you get an email. Watch the episode. I'm just kidding. I know Scott rants and makes the episodes an hour and a half, and I'd rather go see a movie than watch Scott rant for an hour and a half, so I get it. JK.
These episodes have been getting a little long lately.
Yeah.
No, they've been actually about an hour, so we're good.
They were short the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
So next week's episode is going to be 43 minutes and 22 seconds. And that will include the intro, the outro, credits, and topic.
And bloopers. I wonder if people know that we have bloopers.
I don't think anybody makes it that far. I really
do.
don't.
That's why before I watch the episode in its entirety, I watch what comes before the credits, like the opening credits, and then when the music starts playing, I skip to the end and watch what comes after. I gotta say, last week's was probably the funniest that we've had ever.
Yeah, you people have missed some
I
funny
heard a black girl
bloopers.
once, it's okay.
It's Peter. It's Peter.
Peter. What's Peter?
A pit of the fool.
A pit of the fool.
And I'm watching these two idiots like doing Google Hangouts for the first time. Like I'm like the adult going, "Oh, what's going on right now?"
Oh, as long as they are not trying to get the controversy taught in public schools, they are free to believe whatever they like. It's a bit annoying when you present them with a rational argument and they refuse to defend their position or claim. You have to have faith. That's exactly right. And then when they start calling you evotards, you just have to wonder.
Reading a comment?
Of course I'm reading a comment. I'm
From
reading
who?
Who do you think?
Your mom?
Really? Scott? Really?
Sorry.
Are we really 12 years old? From Head Case. Head Case always.
Head case is your mom?
Ah.
Sorry. Go on.
So
Go on.
yeah, did you hear about did you read this little story about the cop and the gun and
I read it. I wanted to save that for the episode, so go on.
Okay. Friday morning, I was on my way to work around 8 a.m. and I'm on the expressway and I go under an underpass when I see a plainclothes police officer in an unmarked vehicle standing outside his car holding a handheld radar detector, pointing it at oncoming traffic the same way one would aim a handgun at someone. By the time I see him, I am 60 to 80 feet away and he's pointing it what at first glance appears to be a gun directly at me. The first thought that ran through my mind was gunmen getting ready to open up on oncoming traffic. I would also add this is just before the last exit before you go on to military base, a frequent target of these psychopaths. Friday afternoon when I got home, I called my local police department and told them of this and that I thought that if this was standard policy, they might want to reevaluate that policy a little. At the very least, make it a uniformed police officer in a marked vehicle. I am totally in agreement with you, Head Case. I do not think that unmarked police vehicles should be patrolling the streets. Unmarked police vehicles are okay for stakeouts if they're trying to find the bad guys. But if they want to be out in plain sight, they need to be in marked vehicles and uniformed police. Why? Because it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Unmarked cars with plainclothes police officers. Nope. Plainclothes police officers are detectives, not traffic cops.
Good rant.
I guess so. Thanks.
I
Tyler,
wouldn't
comments?
classify that as a rant,
I'm
but
just agreeing with Hickey's. I don't like the idea of unmarked. Listen, I love the police. I think the police are, when they do the right thing, when they're doing their job, they do a great job. They provide a great service. We need police. We need them. But you don't, you just, they have to have a presence. And when they're in unmarked vehicles and in plain clothes, they have no presence. They look just like everybody else. Like the one town where I work at, the cars are now black with black lettering, and they don't have the lights on the top of the car. They have they're on the grill so that you don't see them until they get turned on. But the officers are in uniform, but it's just ridiculous because they're driving Dodge Chargers and they look like regular cars now. I'm sorry. If I'm speeding, I want the opportunity to see you and try to slow down. If you catch me, good for you. I got caught back in September. I'm going next week to court, not trying to get the fine thrown away. I just don't want points on my license. But yeah, no. Unmarked police cars and plainclothes officers, no. Sorry, I don't like it. It smells fishy to me.
All right. Tyler, thoughts?
that's what they're gonna do nowadays because they gotta try and because they gotta stay ahead of people seeing police officers and then slowing down, and it goes back, I think, a little bit to the hypocrisy episode, and like just seeing like you behave one way, but then if law enforcement is near, whether it's like driving down the road or if you're in a a busy situation, like if you're at a mall or a festival or something else, and it's like all of a sudden, once there is, somebody of in an authority figure role, then all of a sudden your behavior changes so that you don't get in trouble. And I'm perfectly guilty of this as well, but a part of the whole undercover thing, and I'm not saying I agree with it, but a part of the whole undercover thing is to try and catch people when they're still doing stupid stuff because they're not seeing. I mean, it's still pretty conspicuous when you're approaching a bridge, and underneath the bridge there's either a Crown Victoria or a Dodge Charger or whatever other vehicles that they're using parked underneath the bridge, and you can tell exactly, why that car is there. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Jerry, but there's nothing that's gonna change because of it.
I take responsibility for, everything I do. How I got caught speeding, I got a ticket, paid the fine, pled not guilty because I want to see if they can just lower the offense so that I don't get the points on my license. I pay the fine, I have to pay the fine. I got caught speeding. I was speeding, no big deal. But why aren't they out there targeting the a-holes texting on their phones while they're driving and going 15 miles under the speed limit, and people are coming up at the speed limit and behind them, and they're like, what's going on? What's going on? The other day, I was behind some chick that was texting on her phone. The speed limit was 55. She must have been doing 30 and doing this. We're talking about Headcase's comment. We're not derailing. Shut up. You're the one that left for 10 minutes.
Can't hear you.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing, actually.
So what I did was I got around her and then got back in front of her. And then by the time I got back in front of her, I had to slam on my brakes because the person in front of me slammed on their brakes. But you know what? I looked behind me because I know she was texting. And then all of a sudden I see in my rearview mirror her going, and veering off to the side of the road. But if she wasn't texting, she would have saw that I had to slam on my brakes and would have not almost hit me. So, go after the a-holes that are slowing down traffic because they're texting, not the ones that are trying to speed traffic up because they want to get off the freaking road.
I don't text and drive anymore.
You can't walk and chew gum and breathe at the same time.
Wow.
But I love you anyway.
I'm chewing gum right now.
But you're not walking?
Nope.
Don't get up. No, don't get up.
Yeah, we don't need you to choke and die on air.
That's true. Just off air.
Because we don't know how to call Elsa for 911.
Yeah, Tyler does. She is my 911.
Okay. All right, so that's it on Let Recap.
Cool.
Watch the episodes when you get the email and notification from YouTube that we posted an episode, and start making comments.
Damn it. Real quick, the Muppets this week was the funniest thing I've ever seen in the longest time. No, if you watched last week's episode, Tyler says, and this is this week's review of the Muppets. Oh my gosh, watch the Muppets. You know the song Rapper's Delight?
Swedish Chef? Like 1990.
Swedish Chef does Rapper's Delight. That's all I gotta say.
The whole 9.5 minutes?
No, not the whole 9.5 minutes. Hi, Tyler. Hi. Anyway, so let's talk about last week's real quick. There's really not much to talk about. Did. What? Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
Last week's what?
Episode. Ours episode.
We just did show recap. When I read the one comment that we had from Headcase.
Do we do any more recap from our thought process?
No, I think everybody who watched it got our thought process.
Wait, is this where Jerry strips now? Is this a new segment?
It's hot in here. So I'm taking
take
off
off all your clothes.
Okay.
I will say that I did I went on a hangout after the show last. What?
Just wait
You
till
missed it.
Sunday.
You weren't paying
Wait till
attention. I'm
Sunday.
not doing it again. You can watch it in the episode.
Wait till
I
Sunday.
will. 5 times. So I did go on one of the people's hangouts after the show we did last week, and got into an interesting discussion. um,
Okay, well, we can talk about that.
So they asked me a bunch of questions. I asked them a bunch of questions, and there was a bunch of just inebriated psychopaths on that. I'll put the link up. Hopefully, it's still available. If it's not, I apologize. But you can see my little interview. I got a little testy.
Were you the inebriated psychopath?
No, actually, no. You should. I was actually. It was so funny. There was one guy. His name was Luke. I'm Luke.
am your father.
No. He was like, I'm Luke, and you're gonna hit like and subscribe. And if you don't, you're. And that's exactly how it sounded. So I just had to make fun of him, going,
Maybe he had MS and he couldn't really.
no. He had MGD. MGD, Jerry, is a beer that is. Oh, that's McGolden. McGolden Light is a beer that is distributed on Minnesota in the Midwest.
I'm glad I don't live out there.
Why?
You guys sound like you have like nothing interesting. MGD. What the heck is that?
That's McGold.
That's
Is
Miller.
it better than Coors
Miller
Light?
Genuine Draft.
Miller Genuine Draft. That's right. Sorry.
Oh, we have MGD out here.
Oh, now you call it MGD. Before you.
Well, when you say Miller Genuine Draft, then I know what it is.
So wait a minute. So when
You guys
order-
have Budweiser Light?
I was just gonna go there.
I don't like please.
Could I get a Budweiser Light? Thanks.
Okay, so what do we have for this week's topic, fellows?
We have a bunch of stuff.
The good, the bad, and ugly.
Yes, that's our topic this week: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start with the good.
Good, yeah. We'll always start with the good.
Hopefully, we'll be able to put videos in here. If we can't, we'll put links up. I know Tyler's writing things down. That's not swear words, but let's talk about at
He's
least
writing swear words he could wish he could say to you.
right. I want to kind of talk about the good, in my opinion. Pizza delivery driver delivers a pizza to a church. It's one pizza, and the amount is $5.99.
Are you out of your mind?
I know.
$5.99. Are you out of your mind? All right, go ahead.
Okay. So she goes in the back, and then she ends up actually going up to this semi-filled church, and gets brought up on. Do I say altar or stage? I don't. Well, not the pulpit, but I don't know if new churches, as far as like the ripped jeans churches, where everyone's kind of cool and they're playing their cool rock music, is called an altar. I don't know. So if anyone knows, it can let me know.
It probably is. It's where they worship. It's where the
Okay, we'll just call it for namesake. We'll just call it an altar. Okay, and she walks up there, and the pastor says, "What's the biggest tip you ever got?" Oh, first he's like, "How much is a pizza?" She's like, $5.99. He's like, "What's the biggest tip you ever got?" She's like, "About $10." So he goes like, he gives her $15 and gives her a $9 tip. But we've had this
he
series.
gives her $15.
And gives her a $9. So out of the 15, a $9 tip.
Okay.
So he says, our congregation and this whole series, or whatever it's called, wanted to do something nice for one person. So we all donated money for the last 3 worships, and ended up giving her $1,064.
46.
46, thank you. That everyone contributed, and handed it to her. And she was very, very grateful. She, stated that she could really use the money. So interesting kind of good or bad or ugly is, what are your thoughts? I thought it was great that they helped this one person, that they all donated money to this one person. And like, hey, I'm doing good for somebody.
What denomination church is this?
Good question. I don't know. I don't think it's said in the article.
Is it fair to say that they mostly all fall under Christian?
Yes, it is a Christian church.
So
It
finally,
is.
Christians do something that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There it is. The gloves came off.
What?
Way to go, Jerry. Jerry's trying to start a war here.
What did he say? I missed it. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, Scott.
What is wrong with
I'm
you?
looking for the article.
I said finally the Christians
Oh.
do something that's good.
Okay, yeah.
I have it here. Don't worry about
My
it.
thoughts exactly.
I was just young people. Jesus Christ.
I thought
I
it was
probably should stop saying that though.
No, it's the Sycamore Creek Church. I'm looking at their website now to see if they disclose like
Their denomination.
what denomination.
Sycamore.
I
Creek.
thought it was a great story when I read it today, and I'm like, you know what? That's
That wasn't like today that you sent that to us? I feel like
Yeah.
it was like 9 days ago.
no. That was something else we never used.
Oh my gosh. No, I agree. You guys keep talking
Yeah,
here.
I mean,
I am just
just
taking a look at their site here.
Yeah, I mean, to surprise this girl who just has her job and she kind of just delivers her pizzas, and to come into a church, whether they had an ulterior motive, we don't know, to quote unquote save her. I don't know. I wasn't there. It doesn't say it in the article, so I'm not going to here to judge. I hope, at least through our eyes, or at least my eyes, that yes, there are some good people that are helping people out and making them feel a little bit better about themselves. My opinion, that doesn't say that a secular organization can't raise money for a pizza delivery driver to give them, $1,046.
I found it.
I think it's just good.
denomination are you?
Yeah, I found it too.
We are Christian. We operate as a non-denominational church. We have an affiliation with the Southern Baptist Convention, but we cooperate with other denominational agencies and churches. We choose not to focus on our denominations. Our attendees have a wide variety of denominational backgrounds. We have some shared essential beliefs. See our beliefs page. But we warmly welcome people from all backgrounds. So
I think that's great.
it's very interesting.
Yeah, so that's my good. If you guys want to vote on if that's good or not, I think it's great.
So instead of when she was asked, you just got $1,060 or $46. What are you gonna do next? Instead of saying, I'm going to Disney World, what did she say? Did she say, I'm going down to the corner to get some crack?
Wow.
Oh, Jerry. No, she's just like,
Nobody's got to make a joke every once in a while.
But I mean, I think she said like this really helps me a lot. She was pretty.
Crack.
She was pretty humble about it. Yeah, the pastor said, "I don't know what's going in your life," and she says it can help a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody. I thought that was pretty damn cool.
I hope we don't see her obituary next week because she overdosed on crack.
Oh my gosh, this is positively godless, Jerry.
Wow. What?
What the heck is going on?
I don't know.
Jerry's on something tonight.
No kidding. This is positively godless.
It's funny.
Oh, you should be one to speak, Scott.
I know, but still, this is a good story, and I like to keep it good and positive.
Okay, the bad. The bad. Let's get to the bad.
The bad. A couple episodes ago, we talked about a former high school classmate of mine who was on the school board who wrote an anti-Muslim post on his Facebook, allegedly. So we can't say for a fact, but allegedly. But I think everybody knows that he did it.
Saying that made absolutely no sense. It was just a string of words together.
Right, stating that the people of the Muslim faith are unsanitary and they are just gross. I'm sorry, what?
He said they wipe their butts with their hands.
Yeah, they wipe their butts with their hands and they grab the doorknob, and no one says anything about that. Paraphrasing, that's pretty much the gist of it. So he said he was not going to resign, and he went on a local news station here and said that he's going to do whatever he can to mend the fences. Um, and then everything kind of died down, and then all of a sudden he makes a press release saying that he is going to resign, which I find ironic. And when he was talking about his resignation, he mentioned he was talking about people at his employer, and that's what he said. We have video of his resignation that we're going to play now.
Board members will report on activities since the last regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Education. Grant, you want to go first?
Sure. Okay, this will be, I guess, the start to my resignation. So, I guess I want to talk to the students first. I know some of you guys are attending. No matter what's happened, in the last month or so, I do want to say, from my bottom of my heart, I'm proud of you. You're standing up for the right reasons. You really are. And, a lot of people, we are a good city. We do embrace diversity. And I think there's a lot of people here that I've, grown up to admire. They push that, and, I see it in every single one of you. And, there's no ill will. I'm not upset. This position is not, it's just a position, but I'm still going to be around the community, and we're still going to move forward, and embrace each other. So, to the members of the board, the three, I know you guys were, you're fighting for the right reasons, and I understand that, and, I respect all three, you three. Ted, I respect you too. You were fighting for the democratic process, for the public to have a right to vote, their vote. I think, and Kathy, I admire you too. You do a good job managing, and educational services are great. I do think they're good. So I'm going to read my statement, and then I'm going to walk out and let the board get back to business. So, guess I'll read it. This district has been an important part of my whole life. I have loved being a part of it. I am glad for the ways I was able to make it better, both as an active community member and in my short time on the school board. I take responsibility for the online Facebook comment about some of my coworkers at my full-time job in Chanhassen that was offensive to the Muslim community. I apologize to them all for the hurt it caused. I have learned a lot more about cultural differences in this experience. I realize we need to work together to accommodate student needs. In that, I request the school board follow the lead of Minneapolis Community and Technical College and Mankato State University to install a foot washing station and bidet in at least one men's and one women's bathroom for at least the high school. As we welcome more students of diversity, this would show the sincerity of our welcome. I want to thank Ahmed Alberi, Representative Carolyn Lane, and City Council Member Donna Schmidt, as well as Dr. Khan and Yulani Hussein of CARE. I also want to, I appreciate the assistance in helping me work through this difficult situation in the right way. I also want to strongly suggest that any future difficult incidents such as this be handled first directly with the individual involved, whether it be a student or a board member, as well as seek an education and resolution before escalating a media response. I care very much about the students of the district, so in order to end this current turmoil for the good of the district and its students, I will resign on Tuesday, October 13th, 2015. Let's get back to moving forward with progress for all individuals in Columbia Heights Public Schools. Go Heights. Sincerely, Grant Nichols. And I think with that, I'm going to shake, I want to shake all your guys' hands, so, to part, and then, I'm going to go outside for a little bit, so.
Going to continue on with our meeting, or? Okay.
Okay, moving forward, additional,
And so now that you've watched that, bye, Felicia. That's from the movie Friday that came out,
He
2000.
said bye, Felicia. That's all right, because I said YOLO last night. More than once.
Google bye, Felicia. You'll understand what I'm talking about.
Everybody knows what bye, Felicia is.
What?
Everybody knows what bye, Felicia is. We've known since 2013. I'm sorry if you just found out yesterday.
Head
But
case homework.
for a while.
Head case homework. Please write us a 2-paragraph essay on what bye, Felicia is. And that way we'll be able to see if you actually watch our full episodes or not.
He's probably the only one that
I
watches
was
the
gonna say,
episode
if
in
there's
its entirety.
anybody that you're
No,
gonna
I'm sorry.
challenge,
No. There's 2 other people that I know that watch the episode in its
That's-
entirety.
I know that. I like the post on our Facebook, by the way. That was awesome.
Anyway,
Anyway, so yeah, he is finally gone, finally resigned. So I guess that's the bad.
And now,
what?
Oh, hang on, Tyler, go ahead.
Tyler's thoughts.
No, I was just gonna say the whole bad in that situation is that any of this happened in the first place,
Right.
and not even so much that he said those awful things. I mean, because again, in defense of the First Amendment, he is perfectly within. He's within his rights to be a bigoted
A-hole.
a-hole. But as we talked about the week that we covered this in depth, when it gets to being in the position that you are in, especially given the student body that makes up Columbia Heights, it's unacceptable. And the bad part is it never should have come to this point of escalating to what it did to get, the mayor of Columbia Heights, to get the governor of Minnesota, to get all of these other people and activist groups involved, and then to sit through a council meeting and refuse to resign.
Right.
And then continue to drag this out. And what good did any of that do the student body?
Right. And
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and let me
So-
reiterate again. I graduated with this person. He
Right.
was in my senior class.
That doesn't say
And
much.
It doesn't say much. And my own personal opinion, again, this is my opinion, that because the news story died down, I think he wanted that one little glimmer of stardom. I want one more shot in the limelight. So I'm gonna.
That's why he resigned?
I think so. Again, that's my opinion. That's not fact.
I
But
mean, it's possible that, he wanted to, that was his last ditch effort to have people remember him for him saying, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. And maybe I shouldn't be doing this job. Maybe I should just resign. Maybe people threatened him that, we don't know about, but, to what you said, Tyler, I kind of agree with you, like there is a point where, I mean, yeah, be the bigoted a-hole you are, but when you have a job or when you're in a position such as that, there are certain times that you should just not be an a-hole. You shouldn't. And, if you want to be publicly a bigoted a-hole, then go join the West Bellevue Baptist Church.
right, and it's funny in the video, everyone just watched, that he actually said in his statement, we should install bidets for the Muslim community.
I think he just likes things up his butt, and that's why he wanted bidets.
So that's the bad. I don't have it up, but one of you want to take the ugly?
I don't have it up either.
I think, Jerry, you
That's what Jerry
should.
said.
I think,
All
Jerry,
right.
of all people, you should have it up.
Faith healing couple who prayed and rubbed oil on the head of their sickly newborn instead of calling 911 will go to prison for letting him die. An Oregon couple who prayed and rubbed olive
Oil.
oil. Yeah, they missed a word
Popeye's
there.
wife? Sorry.
They rubbed olive oil. They rubbed
On their dying son following a home birth rather than calling 911 and seeking help will continue to serve 6 years in prison each after a judge upheld their manslaughter conviction. Dale and Shannon Hickman, both 30, were convicted in 2011 of second-degree manslaughter for the death of their son, David, who died 9 hours after his home birth in 2009. David was born 2 months early at his grandmother's home with undeveloped lungs and died after having trouble breathing and turning blue. The Hickmans, members of a controversial faith-healing church in Oregon, had appealed their conviction on the grounds that the prosecution had the burden to prove the couple knew their religious beliefs would cause the death of their child, the New York Daily Times reported. But the plea was rejected by the Oregon Supreme Court last week. And last week, a judge rejected an appeal made by the couple and reiterated that they could have done more to try and save their son. So yeah, this goes on into more just regarding the actual cause of death and all of that kind of stuff. And they didn't call 911 because they were praying, and they never considered taking the baby to the hospital. And then the wife said that she had to defer to her husband because of church rules. So basically, she's saying, well, I wasn't at fault because my religion says that I have to obey my husband. And then she also testified that, quote, I think it's God's will whatever happens. So, the ugly...
Scott, since this was your find, let's hear why you wanted to discuss this tonight.
The Christian right constantly talks about Planned Parenthood and what it's doing to children and killing babies and its murder. But they don't tackle stories like this where people are praying for their child to get better and not using the science that would make the child better. It is extremely hypocritical, extremely sad that it's such a it's such a double-edged sword. You can't have one and the other. You need to pick one. When you're talking about Planned Parenthood, stem cell research and stuff like that, and then you have the prayer. We've proved prayer doesn't work. That child died. What more scientific proof do you need? Your prayer doesn't work. Your prayer doesn't keep the coffee in your cup warm. Our friend Doug has proved that. This couple proved that. Your child died. I'd rather have a cold cup of coffee than a dead child. Scott's rant. Scott's rant.
Scott's rant! Scott's rant! Scott's rant!
He may just use that. That's all I have to say. Your child died and your butts are in prison because of your God. That's what happened. Your God put you in prison. And you're crying in the headline of this news story? Guess your prayer didn't work now, did it? Now what are you going to do? Rot. Good luck. I think they give Bibles in prison, by the way. Read up on it.
Wow. It should
Alone your mind.
Should also be noted that 5 other church members have been convicted in this county for crimes related to the rejection of medical care for their children.
All right, so let me ask a question. I'm sorry to interrupt you. So we talked about the previous news story with the good, right? So what denomination are these Christians?
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's actually a good question. Don't pick your nose. Um, it's actually a really good question. I'm not trying to, and just for people watching while I look this up, I'm not trying to compare one denomination to another. That's not what I'm doing.
I know.
Oh crap! What happened?
Trying to remember.
I'm here, Jerry.
What happened?
Because it's just a controversial faith healing church.
What's the matter, Jerry?
Jerry, what's the problem?
I think I lost them.
Oh, good. I can go
I
pee
think
now.
I lost. No, I'm kidding. Sit down. Really?
Scott.
He's trying to be funny, like I was trying to be funny.
Yeah, it's so funny.
So what denomination are they? Oh, he's not going to like what I have to say, by the way. What happened? Did you say something? Am I
No.
missing audio? Oh, okay. What is this? Couple who killed baby by praying. Is it Oregon?
Yeah.
Yep. Holy crap, how long does it take to pee?
I don't know.
Why does he do that stuff? It's not funny. Hi. Can't hear you.
Hi.
Hi. All right. So you ready for this, Scott? 'Cause you're not going to like what I have to say.
No, that's fine. Go ahead, please. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
I say, let them out of jail. Let them out of jail.
What? Why?
Why? Because why should they be in jail? They have to live for the rest of their lives with the fact that they were stupid enough to pray to a God to heal their child. Why do they have to be in jail? That's torture enough. They did it. They have to live with it. Maybe they'll learn from mistakes. Maybe they won't. But they shouldn't be in jail. They just shouldn't be in jail.
Okay. No, this is actually really, really good.
Okay?
So you're
They
saying
don't believe in the science. They
Right.
don't believe in the science, right? So,
But hang on for a second. Let's dish this out because so you're saying that they shouldn't be in jail because
Yeah.
they neglected their child's
why
health
should the
and safety.
taxpayers have to pay for them to eat 3 square meals a day and, and be in jail?
Because when they're out, if they got out of jail and got released and got back to their home and their living and stuff like that, their child's in that better place. Then so they can live their lives celebrating the fact that their child is with God.
Why can't they? I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that apparently their faith is so strong that they allowed their child to die, that their freedom would just convince them even more that their child is in heaven with Jesus.
Yeah, but they were convicted because of their religious beliefs.
No, they're convicted of murder.
Secondary manslaughter, technically.
Sorry, yeah, secondary
to them-
manslaughter.
But to them, it wasn't. To them, that's not what they were doing.
Right.
It's just what they were doing. They didn't believe that.
Right, but I don't think that Charles Manson viewed what he was doing as being a serial killer and, like, I think he probably thought, oh, I'm okay to do this.
Charles Manson never killed anybody, by the way.
Oh,
So,
well, whoever. I don't
Anyway, I know. I
No,
know.
my point is, I mean, like you said, the Christians they're against Planned Parenthood. But do you know why they're against Planned Parenthood?
Why?
Science.
Right. I know. Um,
They reject the science. They believe the Earth is flat. They reject
some.
it all. They reject it all. So I agree with you on the fact that where did their prayers get them with their child? But you know what? No matter what, whether they sit in jail or whether they're free to walk around the streets, they're going to believe that they did the right thing, and they're going to believe that their child is in a better place. They're going to believe that that is what was God's plan for that child. And so why waste money putting them in jail?
Well, and it's funny. This could be a whole nother episode for psychological disorders when it comes to religious faith.
I think that's pushing the line a little bit. Like that's
Why?
like toe on the line. Calling religion a psychological disorder?
No. I'm not calling religion a psychological disorder or belief or Christianity a psychological disorder. What I'm calling a psychological disorder is someone who, or a couple who believes so much in prayer that causes the death of a child. I think that could be a serious psychological disorder. But again, that to me is a whole different episode. When
Well,
we're talking about religious extremists, and I'm not talking about just Christianity, I'm talking about people who are beheading other people who are letting their kids die.
what about people who don't get their children vaccinated? If the child gets measles and gets sick and dies from the measles, does that person belong in jail?
That is on the episode Conspiracy Theory 2. Sorry, I'm trying to lighten the mood. Sorry.
No, I'm asking a question.
Is it psychological disorder? I don't know. I mean, they have to have they have
Well,
to back up their facts.
well, no. The thing is, it's the same principle. They didn't go to the hospital with their child. First of all, the child wasn't even born in a hospital. So right then and there, it shows that they don't believe in the science of medicine. So the child wasn't born in a hospital. If they believed in that, the child would have been born in a hospital and it wouldn't have died because it would have already been in the hospital. It was only 9 hours old. So the hospital would have caught the infection. They would have put the kid in an incubator and with oxygen, and he'd probably still be alive, and we wouldn't be talking about it. But they believed that God was going to take care of this child. It's the same principle as these people who don't get their children vaccinated.
So, okay, I think I know where you're going. I'm just hear me out. Are you kind of defending religious freedom?
Why? Yeah. I mean, they have the freedom to believe that. I mean, that's what this country is built on. You know.
So let's say all three of us are obviously friends. Let's say if I'm a born again Christian, I'm a believer.
Okay.
Aside from that, you still like me as a person and all that stuff. You still like, carry on conversation with me. You just disagree with my beliefs. And Elsa's the same belief system as I am. And we have a child,
Okay.
and our child is sick, and the child is sick, and like we're not going to take the child to the doctor. We're just going to pray. Would you intervene, or would you respect
It's
our
your
wishes?
choice of how you want to raise your children. And if you want to raise your children thinking that praying is going to heal them, and something detrimental happens to that child, yes, I would be saddened by it. And I am saddened by this child dying. But that is your choice. I can't make you do that. I can't make you do it.
Would you think differently of Elsa and I if the child passed away?
No, but I don't think I don't think you should go to jail for it, though. That's
Tyler,
my.
okay, no, yeah, I'm fine. Go, no, finish. Sorry.
I, that I mean, I wouldn't think any differently of you. I wouldn't stop talking to you. I mean, first of all, I would say you probably should take your kid to the doctor. But if you don't want to take your kid to the doctor, that's your prerogative. But what you would need at that point from me as a friend is to be there to support you rather than to judge you. I have no reason to judge anybody else for anything. I've said it a million times and I'll say it again. It's your decision. I may not necessarily agree with it. I don't agree with the fact that you're straight, but it's your decision.
Tyler, your facial expressions are speaking volumes right now, so I want to get your take on this, please.
Yeah, I. Boy.
I know.
Tyler's rant. Sorry.
I know. I have like it's not. It's more of. I don't want to say an extreme view. I'm just saying that I don't think they should be in jail. I really don't.
Okay. Tyler, you got the last word.
I think that at a bare minimum that these guys should probably be exposed to some sort of communicable diseases and not given any sort of opportunity to seek medical advice for them, and they should just pray to their God to save them. I think that's at the very least. Oh boy, where do I even start unpacking this? To begin with, to go back to what you just said, Jerry, as far as Scott posing the question and, what would I think of you and all of that kind of stuff. First of all, I don't think that I would ever be friends with anybody that would get to that point of, like if you guys had the child and it was sick and you weren't doing anything about it. If you're that type of person that's sick and demented, yeah, I mean, you want to talk about psychological disorders. I mean, there's got to be something firing wrong up there if that's the case. Which begs the question: maybe these guys should be in a loony house. I don't know. I don't.
And that's why we have Child Protective Services.
Exactly, and this child never had that opportunity, and it's weird. It's really weird to sit here and think about, as pro-choice as I am. To then think about this, 2-month premature baby that didn't have the chance to live for more than a day, and think about the fact that these people really should rot in a cell for a good amount of time. And I mean, I understand what you're saying, Jerry, as far as them making their choices and they're going to have to live with it. But as far as, and this is where you get into the debate between the pro-life and the pro-choice and what is defined as life and when, life at conception versus life at birth, all of that kind of stuff. And this child was a living, breathing human being outside of the body, and they did nothing for it, and they just let it die. And if you take all of your other feelings about it, whether you lean one way or the other on that issue, no matter what, they broke the law, and now they're paying the consequences for it.
Wait, so it's a law that you must take your child to a hospital?
It's a law that you can't willfully let somebody die.
You can't neglect your child. That's a
Yeah,
law.
you can't neglect your child to the point that they die if there is medical care available and you're relying on religious prayer to save them. It's neglect of the child, and then that's why it's second-degree manslaughter. It's not murder. They didn't take the baby and smother it to death, but they allowed it to die,
Painfully
die, without
Okay.
seeking any sort of medical help.
So I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Scott. What if the parents chose not to vaccinate the child and the child died from the measles?
If you really want to get a Tyler's Rant segment going, I think we need to dedicate an episode to it, because if you want me to
Yeah.
get going on anti-vaxxers,
I'm not. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, gauge why we think it's okay for them to do it this way. Like, not. It's not a law that children have to be vaccinated, is it?
well, oh god, here we go. No, I don't want to get into this.
we
there are
will
so
get
many,
into it. I mean,
there are so many gray lines, but basically, in order for your child to be admitted into a public school, they have to be vaccinated. So it's not a law in the fact that like every child has to get it. You can choose to homeschool your child. You can also choose to apply through religious exemption if because of religious beliefs you don't want your child to be vaccinated, so on and so forth. I will go on for days about anti-vaxxers, and I think that is a whole different breed of crazy. And Scott is distracted again.
no, I'm good. I'm listening to you.
So,
And just for the record, Tyler, I do have an anti-vaxxer that I went to high school with, who went to high school with
is his name
Grant
Grant Nichols?
No, he went to high school with Grant Nichols and myself. So I can ask him if he wants to be on. Or I think that would be a phenomenal episode.
So anyway, I'm sorry, Jerry. Did that start to address?
Yeah, I guess
it's
I
different
just-
in the fact that not vaccinating your child, that is still a choice that is within reason of the law. That is not directly breaking a law. It is, I think personally, completely neglectful and one of the stupidest things you could ever do for your defenseless child that can't make the decision for themselves. But it's different from, not seeking medical help for your child, hours after they were born and are struggling to live, or keeping your child malnourished and locked in a closet and they end up dying because of the...
I don't think, I mean, that...
There are all cases of neglect, but it's a different degree in which you're not going to be prosecuted for not vaccinating your child. You would be prosecuted for leaving your child in a basement,
hot car,
or in a hot car, or any of that.
Right, and that I agree with. I just think that if we start like with these people, and it's going to turn the whole debate about religion into an even uglier mess that it is, because they're going to say, well, you're persecuting me based on my religious beliefs, not, you know what I'm saying? So
we're persecuting you on the manslaughter you committed
because of their religious beliefs.
Well, it's not only religious belief; it could be psychological too. I mean, I think that again, we've said on the show many times, we want people to believe as long as it makes them a good person. But the minute that your beliefs make you a bad person, and this is the ugliest of the ugly that cause you to kill your child because of your beliefs. That's what at least I have a problem with, especially as a dad myself. I couldn't imagine.
I don't think they wanted their child to die. I don't think that's the case. They didn't. I mean, if they wanted the child to die, they should have just never had the child. But I really feel that, I mean, there has to be some kind of give there where we say, yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It's terrible what happened. I don't agree with the fact that they did it. I think it's horrible. Of course, I think they should have taken the child to a doctor, to the emergency room. The child should have been born in a hospital. The child should have been born with somebody qualified there to bear children. Probably they did it on their own with their pet. Who knows? There's no details about that, so it's only speculation, right? But I wholeheartedly believe that if we start saying, well, it's manslaughter, you should have taken the child to the hospital, regardless of your religious beliefs, and you're going to jail, I think we're going to start down a slippery slope. That's all. There's just didn't,
I think that if as a country and these guys that are prosecuting, I think that if we don't prosecute them and put them in jail, that I think that takes us down a much more dangerous slippery slope.
Yeah.
Than the one of prosecuting. And I think that it, or even worse would be if these charges were filed, they were brought to court, and then they were found not guilty of their actions. Even intensifies how bad the situation is, and what it then opens the doors for people to be able to willfully neglect other human beings and claim it as religious belief that, oh, I ran that stop sign and I ran over this pedestrian, but I didn't call 911 because that's against my religious belief, because he was of a different religion. Or I mean, I think that it in my opinion, it takes us down a much scarier slippery slope than where this is taking us.
But how can we call it willfully neglecting the child? They were trying to help the child by
praying.
Right. We all. I don't disagree.
How much more willfully neglect can you get?
That's our opinion. I don't disagree.
That also happens to be fact.
But I don't disagree that that praying doesn't work. I don't disagree with that. I'm totally in agreement with you. But their parents, they thought they were doing what was going to help their child.
Right. This discussion could really literally go on for
could
hours
go on
and hours.
forever.
And we've been at this for an hour and a half.
Not this discussion.
Not this discussion, no, but just the episode. I think is probably well over an hour. What's this? I don't have a timestamp right now. So.
Yeah, we have some peeing that has to be cut out.
It's all staying in.
That's fine. But no, I mean,
so,
not that I'm trying to cut the. I'm not trying to do.
No, I mean,
stop. We could
go down in a circle, and we disagree, and
it's a good topic for future episodes too. So I mean,
true, but and listen, we don't always agree on everything, and we don't have to agree on everything all the time. It would make for a boring show. I just think about it differently. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's fine, and that's why we have
I just think about it
comments.
correctly. That's all.
Oh,
Oh.
and I just gotta pee. No.
Okay, so how about this? How about one final thought?
Yeah, that's all good final thoughts on the topics today.
Okay, how about something like this instead of jail? If we really had to make an example or really had to prosecute, what about house arrest? What about putting them on a monitor? You know,
I don't know what that would do.
I think that's cheaper than throwing them in a cell and having taxpayers in the state pay for them.
I would disagree on that, and here's why. Putting them both on a monitor in their same house, they could still have sex and still bear another child, and put another child at risk to get sick.
They're going to get out of jail and live together and have sex and have other children anyway.
Depends on the sentence, how long the sentence
6
is.
years from now.
Is it 6 years from now?
Each of them.
Okay,
They're not in jail for life.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is
They're
that
going to have the opportunity to do this again. You know?
that's the problem.
Well, I mean, what do you want to sterilize people now?
I think that's a great idea. That would be that's actually there it is right there. I would actually have them both sterilized.
You're getting sterilized. She's getting sterilized. We're all getting sterilized.
I think that's great. I think people who choose prayer over science that cause the death of a child should be sterilized if that was actually a legal punishment. Absolutely.
But that's insane.
No, it's not. If you're going to use
Just as insane as praying to heal a child that can't breathe.
no, actually.
So
that's
then,
that.
would you then opt for people who have abortions to get sterilized?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good topic. No, because the abortion thing is so much different because that's
Is it though?
yes, I think
Yeah.
it is. Again,
It's saying, let's have sex, let's get pregnant, and then, we'll
It's
just
different.
have
It's
to make
different
it
in the
right.
fact that instead of neglectfully killing your child, you're purposefully killing
Willfully.
a child.
okay, so are you saying that is a child at the point of conception, or is a child a fetus, or again, like I said before, not that I'm trying to stop the episode because it's such a good topic, but we like to keep our episodes under 4 days. So, but again, I would love to get
Things to think about, things
it's
to
things to think.
ponder,
Absolutely.
and
Oh, maybe we'll get some comments.
Hopefully we do, but I mean, you do
if
raise a good
anybody stuck around this long.
If they did, well, depending.
By
on
the
how
way,
good
hi head case. Thanks for still watching.
depends how good the intro is. But you do raise some good points. But to willfully two couples agree to pray, knowing science is out there, I think that's a great punishment. Your thoughts? That's homework for people at Positively Godless right now.
We are not in school. We don't have to assign homework.
I know we're not in school. It's just it's a figure of speech.
Your homework is to watch the episode and make a comment.
Right. Comment and like us and Facebook us and then facepalm us. Until next week.
Bye.
Goodbye. Sorry, I had to end it. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching Positively Godless. Look at the links below or in the screen or wherever they are. And talk to us. Bye. Stupid. What?
That was awful.
It's still recording.
I'll call him with my Google Voice number. Call with Google Voice. Let's see if he answers. Are we recording?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's not gonna answer. He's just gonna see that and hit ignore.
Hit ignore.
That's true. It is still ringing.
What should I say? I'm gonna try to put on a fake voice. I can't do fake voices, but
Jesus Christ.
Forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 763. 6 is not
I love
available.
how his number is there.
Please
So if we
record
put this
your
in the episode, everybody would know his number.
we can't put his
You may
number
hang
in the
up or
episode.
press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hi, I found this number on the bathroom wall. Said for a good time call. So I'm calling. Not answering. But you can call me back. Alright. Bye.
All right.
I know he's gonna know it's me when he hears it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, I don't think so.
Smashing.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Oh, what the hell did I just hit?
What?
Did you leave me a voicemail, Jerry?
I called you.
Is there a voice? Why'd you leave me a voicemail?
Play it. Let's hear it.
Enter your password.
What's your password, Scott?
You have one unheard message. First unheard message. Hi, I found this number on the bathroom wall. Said for a good time call. So I'm calling. You're not answering. Please call me back. Message deleted.
Now, why would you delete something like that?
Yeah, that was priceless. You'll never, ever, ever get anything as wonderful as that.
Ever.
Give me 1 second. I don't know what my dogs are doing.
Ah,
Good.
Hold on. Sorry.
Good.